Hello and welcome to Fox Sports Lab AFL round 16. Chief, let's not talk about the tips. I'm still 6 in front and just protecting my lead all the way home. But I do want to talk about the big call last week. You had a big call, I had a big call, and we saluted together, and it was phenomenal odds for our punters out there.
Well, it was a good result that way. The tip's not going so well, but we're getting deep in the season. We're getting towards the business end, Dicko, and this is where things start to take on a clearer picture.
It does. Let's start with Brisbane and the Demons. So Brisbane are flying at the moment. So won 4 of their last 5. Ashcroft's back. Hard to tip against them at home with the way the Demons are going right now.
They are cast, the Demons. Honestly, I don't know if they can cling on and hang on to a finals berth. Maybe they can, but Brisbane's the team that's got momentum outside the 8. They're the ones that have come from a long way back, starting to build momentum, winning a few on the trot, and back at the Gabba, expecting to win this one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Eric Hipwood, 5+ goals in 2 of Brisbane's last 3 matches. He's in some rare air at the moment. So goal scorer markers might be an attractive one. Let's go to the Swans and Dockers. So Swannies, hard to tip against them. Don't see any chinks in their armour, but the Dockers are just sort of flying under the radar a little bit now in terms of the way they're going about their footy.
Yeah, they're going okay. The Dockers, they just find that odd performance that makes you doubt them, which they did a couple of weeks ago, but they bounced back with a win on the weekend. No point tipping against Sydney at the moment. They just look infallible. It doesn't matter if you give a team a 5 or 6 goal start, they just reel you in and they win running away.
Give me this one, Chief. You've been in an era where you just think you're going to win every week. I know it's the loss they don't need to have, but in terms of the Swannies, do you see them going all the way now, like undefeated? Like sides have pushed them and then they're just 20 minutes broken them wide open.
Yeah, I think that brings out the best in them. When they actually get challenged, they have to dig deep, and they have the ability to do that because there's so many talented players and so many great role players within the Swans lineup. And I think they've got one thing in mind, and that's just going all the way.
Yep. All right, Suns and Pies. This is 7-0 at home, the Suns. So I'm anticipating you to go with the Suns in this. So the Pies, though, they won 9 of their last 10 matches against Gold Coast. So they can't win away from home, but I don't know. The Kevlar comes on when they rock up in the Gold Coast for their home game. So are you going with the form side in terms of their home record?
Well, I'm figuring I'm going whoever you're not going for, Diggo. So I've got a feeling you're going the Pies, and I'll go for the home team, the Suns, 7-0. Need a point of difference. Need to try and reel in a few. They're putrid away from home, the Suns. They're 0-7 away from home. 7-0 at home. It's ridiculous. The Pies are starting to build. I do like them as a finals team, but I'll go for an upset here and go for the Suns at home.
All right. Well, I'm going with the Pies. MCG, the Cattery. The Cats and the Bombers. So Cats are done. Hawkins' injury, he wasn't in form anyway. Essendon, West Coast, was it solid? Not sure it was solid. But you can't tip the form right now in terms of where Geelong started a 7-0 and then 1 win in the last 8 weeks. Like, it's just not a record you really got confidence in, have you?
No, not at all. You'd expect the Bombers to do something about Tom Stewart. That seems to be the Achilles heel at the moment. Most teams are doing a run with roll. Chincotta was fantastic last week. So I'm a bit like you. I think the Bombers, I don't see them as a premiership threat, but they're certainly a top 4 threat. They have a pretty good draw, and if they get over the Cats here, I think they're well on their way, and I think they will.
We saw Stringer last week, 5+. Kyle Langford's kicked 3+ goals in 8 of Essendon's last 10 matches as a favourite. So they go in as slight favourites in this one, but I'm with the Bombers as well. Saints and Port. Saints coming off of the bye. Port Adelaide coming off a nightmare week. Ken Hinkley getting booed. They are just awful. We backdated March 15. Kenny goes, this is my list to win it. And last week he says, I don't have the list to win it. So Arthur or Martha, he's not sure at the moment. But where do you sit? This one's at Marvel.
I went for Port last week, and then after watching that performance, I swore I'd never tip them again. Didn't think they'd be facing St Kilda this week, though, Diggo, which has created a little bit of a conundrum for me. They were putrid, Port Adelaide. Now, maybe they bounce back, but after a bye for the Saints, back to Marvel Stadium, you know what? I'll go for the Saints. As much as that hurts, and as unreliable as they are, I was just so offended by Port's performance last week, I can't tip them.
Okay. Well, just to give you some confidence, I'm going Port, as you would know, and 13 of the last 14 against St Kilda have lent in Port Adelaide's favour. So look forward to just
look at the grin on your face.
Just look forward to put the afterburners on in my tips. All right, let's go through the quick tips. Other games, North and Dogs.
Dogs just win.
Yeah,
Although
Crows and
let's give a word to North Melbourne, Diggo. They've turned their season around. The last 3 weeks, they've been brilliant. All you want to do is see them continue to be competitive.
Yeah, I'm with you. So Dogs in a close one. That was part of my big call last week with North getting close to Melbourne. Crows and Giants. Orange Tsunami's just a little ripple at the moment. Can they get it done?
Well, 2 teams not going particularly well. Adelaide haven't been great. When I thought they'd have a decent year, Giants continue to disappoint, but I'm going to go for the Giants in this one. I think there's a little bit more class.
Yeah, I'm going the Giants as well. Now, Eagles and Hawks. Reed's back. Oscar Allen's back into that forward line. They're starting to show a
Kelly's
little
back
bit.
as well.
Correct. So where are you sitting with your beloved Hawks in this game?
Game on. This is going to be a cracker. Eagles back at full strength. I reckon we get a beauty here. I just wish the Hawks hadn't had that bye. Maybe that dulls their momentum. I'll stick with the Hawks because they've been so good the last 5 or 6 weeks. But I reckon this could be a really good game.
Yep. What about the Tigers and the Blues? I'm going with the Hawks just for mind in that one as well. So Tigers Blues to finish it off.
Do we have to? It's just Blues. Oh, yep. Tigers have got nothing to go.
I know. I just thought you might have been trying to peg one back on a Hail Mary like you did when you tipped North Melbourne for the first time this year. Big call time, Chief. I'm going to kick it off. I said Stringer last week 5+. I reckon he'll get 4+ against that Geelong back line. You're going to search north of $8 on that in terms of my big call. What's yours?
Wow, that is massive. Well, I'm going to go for the upset with Gold Coast to beat Collingwood. 1 to 24 points. I think you get a reasonable price there. We'll multiply those two together and get a nice little multi. Do you go?
All right, let's get a back-to-back big call, Chief. Thanks for your efforts. Look forward to your coverage across the weekend with Fox. We'll join us next week for round 17.
Look forward to it and go the same as.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.